One of the big expenses in college are textbooks. They're super expensive. I mean, partly it's dependent on your major, but like I was an engineering student for a couple semesters, and each one of those books was $100. And every semester you have to buy more. And so a bill that's been proposed by a couple of Democrats called the Affordable College Textbook Act could provide some relief for you, at least in the next few years. So Dick Durbin and Al Franken are proposing a bill that would make it so that universities would get money to develop their own online modifiable textbooks. And the idea there would be, one, you don't have to pay for expensive textbooks, and also year to year they could modify it by adding information, updating the references and things like that.
As students wait for acceptance letters from their dream colleges, paying for it remains a question for many families.
That's very expensive, obviously. WISN 12 News' Tama Pond, though, tells us how one group is using social media to try to make textbooks more affordable.
Students from the University of Wisconsin in Milwaukee are showing their frustration on Twitter. Each photo showing how much they've spent on textbooks with the hashtag #TextBroke. The Wisconsin Public Interest Research Group, or WISPIRG, researcher Tanner Irons took the pictures to show UWM administrators how students are struggling.
We just want to put it into the spotlight. We want them to do something about it. We want legislators to see these pictures, to know that there are people who need help.
Normally a teacher gets a textbook, particularly in a K-12 setting. They get a textbook and that's what they're supposed to teach from. You know, it's been adopted from on high by someone. It's supposedly aligned with all the state standards. And it's almost like you don't trust the teacher. You don't trust that they know the content. You don't trust that they could make an effective decision about what will help a kid. They're just supposed to take that textbook and, like an actor, read from a script and give the best performance they can, but they're not to deviate. Flip that around and say to a teacher, there's 400 million openly licensed materials in the world. Go draw from any of them you want to. Create your own material if you want to. Put that together in the way that you know is best going to help your students. That's just terrifically empowering. And it allows you to engage in continuous quality improvement, which isn't something we talk about a lot in education. If you think about why we don't talk about it a lot, it's because we couldn't engage in it if we wanted to. If I've adopted, textbook Y and I find problems and ways to improve it, I can't improve it. I don't have permission to. So that commitment to openness that gives teachers the control that they need to build the best stuff that they can build and fix it as fast as they can find problems in it is a huge difference. That's a really important difference. The next big body of work has to be in convincing people it's important to adopt these. Instead of having your students buy these $200 textbooks, let's adopt something with an open license instead. Even if all that you got were the same learning outcomes, even if you didn't see an improvement in learning, saving each student $200 a piece on their textbooks would be a huge step forward for education. And when that kind of information that you can save this much money makes the evening news and gets in the school newspapers, then there's a hope that education policy will figure out how to deal with that information the right way.